Need one fix?
No need fix. Stop touching. I'm helping. Who am I helping now? I forgot. Oh, Dag.
Dag.
Let's get Dag across and keep going. Just don't touch. It's tender.
Just what if you have like bleeding inside or something?
I will let you know if
can
I have
try.
bleeding inside. That's what bruises are. Bruises are
You want
bleeding
me to try
inside.
to give you a look over?
Dag,
I'm sure
hurry.
Coco
Hurry,
would
Dag.
enjoy.
Please.
Don't worry, I can fix you.
Come across,
No.
Dag.
No.
We return to the adventuring party.
Okay.
Sneak around. Sneak.
Okay, they're coming.
Run away. Run away.
That's the first time I've just like had fun with a match in a long time.
So who would like to start the recap while she's putting that into this?
Okay, Knowledge will. Knowledge went on a nice little trip with his friends to go play with the Marcus Knights and steal their baking goods.
That's still confused about that one and why you only got baking goods and not like the actual substantial stuff. Like Jen had an entire conversation with Anubis afterwards. Like, what were you thinking? Why did you?
We also had that major fight with the big scary demon thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Almost everyone died.
We met the new guy. And Anubis was very upset about the new guy. For a reason.
Yeah, Anubis was definitely acting out of character and very suspicious of the new guy.
Actually, unfortunately, because Anubis doesn't like the new guy, Ilona automatically does not trust this guy at all.
I love it. So poor Warfin. No, a bunch of people don't trust poor Warfin.
Meanwhile, Knowledge has already become friends with Warfin.
Ilona's on the lines of like,
doesn't care. He just does vote.
Throwing someone a whole bunch of illusionary soldiers in front of him.
I still think
and
it's
Gwendolyn got
funny.
a little pet.
So,
literally,
Ilona's kind of giving him like the, I'm kind of watching you stink eye every time she's around him, poor guy.
Of course, Gray doesn't trust him. Yeah. Because Marcus Knight.
RuffDraft is like, did we just become best friends?
I know, right? Just like, yes, another person.
Well, he thought we were called to save him. That's what he thought the whole mission was.
Which is adorable.
And as Fan Gwendolyn said something.
Yes, Fan Gwendolyn.
I got my little pet Coco Tala.
Yep.
He's cute.
You got to meet your first demon lord who turned the Umbra into a shoulder creature. By the way, Fan Gwendolyn, that thing has tried to nibble you so many stinking times, it's not even funny. But it doesn't have a lower jaw. It's not getting anywhere. But it's trying.
She probably just like assists in trying to like probably is like, yeah, you can nibble on my arm, and then she like probably like bites it back.
Oh yeah. How many days have elapsed since the boys' nights out?
Last night?
Really done a lot of movies, so technically, yeah. You guys are on the new day. It was just last night.
Oh,
we haven't really done enough RP for me to be like, oh, it's a new day, you know.
So we still have our exhaustion.
Well,
I will say, I still find it funny that you took musical Twilight Cat with you on a stealth mission.
We took Knowledge with us, and it was still a great success.
That was special. I was shocked that you got so many good rolls and did better than some of the other people.
Alastor is working diligently to create his stealth forge.
Stealth forge, yes, he has been working very hard to try and figure out how to channel the forge, like, you know, exhaust basically, so that it's not going to give away our position. But yes, don't forget that Alastor poisoned the water supply of the one base of the Marcus.
Somebody's poisoned the water hole.
So that's a pretty good summary of the boys' night out. Oh, and you guys also got a mutant chicken. Don't forget the mutant chicken.
Yeah, we have a mutant chicken.
That's right. RuffDraft has it to keep it safe for now.
Yes.
And Cresendo likes it.
He's like, yay, a new
Do
friend.
not bite.
He's probably been serenading it.
I know where she's going with this. I don't know.
What is she doing?
Yeah, I was in love with the chicken.
So when you say serenade someone, if a male is serenading a female, what does that usually mean?
Think Pepe Le Pew.
Oh
No, that is called accosting. Serenade is where you post up in basically a public place and start singing a song.
Ay. I'm Jose Jalapeno.
It's the boombox out of the
You were
bedroom
saying
window
Alastor?
serenade.
Yeah,
that.
it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Boombox.
You were saying, Alastor? That
It
you were
summed
about
up pretty well.
serenading? Okay. Just, you guys have to remember, try not to talk over each other, okay? Because you do that sometimes.
My bad.
I know it gets exciting, and everybody puts in their points and stuff. For the most part, it's not too bad, but just, gotta be careful. But yeah. So, RuffDraft, you might want to keep an eye on that bat, or you might end up with a much more mutated offspring.
No, he's keeping it. He's got it on a leash. When he does his jogging, he's actually carrying it, just giving it a good view.
Stinking spoiled chicken, you know that, right?
No, I don't. It is adorable.
I know, I love it.
And occasionally you
And-
have a Twilight bat accompanying you.
Here's the funny part: when I made that chicken, I did not give it any coloration choices. I just I want to run this through there and see what it makes because I'm curious, and it made it pink. I'm like, oh no, it's pink. I'm just gonna fall in love with it right away.
I am going
Well-
to put forward that RuffDraft now has a chicken that poops Easter eggs.
Pretty much. For those that I don't know if you put up what the eggs look like, but they're pink with blue dots all over it, little polka dots all over it.
Now,
That just sounds cute.
to be fair, the reason he grabbed the chicken is because he knew they wouldn't get many eggs. He's like, well, we got to keep the egg supply up. So it wasn't necessarily because it was pink. It's because, okay, we got to keep eggs going. But the being pink helped.
Exactly. Yes. Well, that's the thing. I was like, I'm gonna have fun with this. As soon as he realizes there is a chicken that can give him a supply of eggs, he'll want it. Let's have a little fun with this. Make it a mutant chicken and see what happens. And then I ran it through ChatGPT, and now I know what'll happen depending on what you make.
Well,
I have a whole
okay.
list of interesting things that might happen. There we go.
Oh no, the DM is planning evils.
I will say this. Because Cresendo was the only one who brought eggs back, he used those 2 eggs to create the last batch of Cresendo snacks. So Cresendo will be having egg effects.
But wait, I distinctly remember seeing you make flapjack.
You said you made breakfast with those eggs, by the way.
No. I actually looked it up. I did not use eggs for that recipe. That when I made the breakfast and I was looking it up, it used the other ingredients that we collected, but it did not use eggs. So he was very careful to reserve those eggs specifically for Cresendo.
Are you using my wheat that I got?
He doesn't know
My
you
wheat
have
and
wheat. Everything was stolen from the Marcus Knights.
There's a whole farm up there.
He doesn't know.
haven't
No one's
told
told him.
anybody.
Anybody in the party that you have a farm up there? So none of
It's right next to the lake. It is pretty visible.
He
You
doesn't go
haven't
that
told
way.
anybody.
Enoki doesn't know there's a
I
problem.
know
It's okay.
Dag
It's
knows
okay. We're gonna be
because
going by there at this session.
Enoki doesn't know that
Dag
there's a
knows
problem with
I have a
as far as
farm.
she's seen like the library and the pool. She hasn't really bothered going anywhere else.
I know, right? You guys did like the obstacle course the first time you were up there, and you guys haven't really been up on the plateau sections.
Well,
for
we're
the
being
most
hunted,
part.
so no one wants to go out and be seen.
Exactly.
I'm going up there all the time. Leave me alone.
Yes, you are.
Don't worry. Once I have microscope, I can create a microbiome farm. We will create cakes out of plankton.
All right, so we had a clue from, well, or more or less a little bit more than a clue from Solus that we needed to go check out between the like the center of the lake of the plateau to find the other friend that is on this island. So that is what Dag was planning on doing this morning, except that she was also going to go try and get an owlbear feather, but Anubis already told her that they've taken care of that. So she's like, yay, I don't have to deal with a stupid owlbear. So in the morning, she will kind of like, again, gather everybody up, like, hey, time to get up, come on, everybody up, and bring them all into the rec
And
room.
Gwendolyn's not there.
Already gone? Yeah, I know. She's gotten used to this at this point. I better not be messing up my base. That's all she's worried about. Better not be messing up my base or leading anybody back to my base. That's what she's worried about.
No, she's planting the wheat. The wheat and the carrots.
I will say, when Dag has gone to go get everybody else, he has gone to go feed Sally, and he'll get Alonin.
Like, Dad doesn't even worry about grabbing those two because he knows Anubis is going to go over there all the time. He knows that. So everybody gathers for. You guys have breakfast. You have the nice breakfast that RuffDraft made.
Right.
What was it? Breakfast.
It's a special kind of like biscuit, kind of flavored of herb biscuit that we probably had butter and syrup to use on it.
How about this? Let's have a little fun with it. Roll to see how well you made it.
Yeah, that's a performance check a lot of times.
Did you? I can't remember if you did. Did you roll?
I did, and I used my last inspiration to re-roll, and it turned out
right.
okay.
You wanted it good.
So
I think I do remember that. So yeah, he did a really good job, like always. He's been really good with his baked goods. So you guys have a nice little warm breakfast.
Knowledge is in the library.
Yes,
well, it's there
so
for anyone who gets it. Yeah.
So basically, what would happen is Dad would go down the hallways first, see if anyone's there, and grab whoever is, like Cristal. Gray might be there. That's about it. There's only 2 people that are ever in the rooms in the mornings. Gee.
Yeah.
It's so different than the last time. I'm telling you.
Is probably like, I assigned them rooms and they never sleep in their rooms.
I know, right? We're like the last series when I did this, like everybody slept in their rooms. To the point where one of the druids actually overgrew the room with plants. When you open the door, it was a forest.
You couldn't leave. You couldn't get Erebos to leave his room.
I know.
It was the rumor archive, and that was it.
Yep.
Lauren's just kind of using it to keep some of her stuff there, and like that's it.
I know, right?
Well, Knowledge is at least organized it.
Yes. That's great. Yours has like all your favorite books in it. But yeah, so again, she'll just try to gather everybody, probably go over to Alastor and like, hey, come on. No more boat, come here, we're gonna go do stuff. You know.
Alastor just looking at this this messenger with clay on his hands, like, not even working on the boat. What?
Oh. Well, I don't know what you're doing. You might want to wash that off. Come on, let's go.
Holding his hands splayed like a surgeon, he just sort of walks up with the group. He doesn't even bother washing it off. It'll just cake on.
So he grabs him, goes over to the library, well, actually, he probably asked Anubis to grab knowledge. You're
Yeah.
already over that direction.
Anubis would actually get knowledge after he got Elonin.
Uh-huh.
He would probably like poke his head in there, let her know it was time to get up, and then he was going to get knowledge. And then meet him out in the hallway. That way she has enough time to get decent.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because yeah, the only thing you see poking in that room is like the nose and maybe an ear. Because again, he is trying to be polite, and he purposely tries not to look at you.
Yeah.
No, because he's technically naked in the swimming pool at night, so the hose doesn't get wet.
And that's why he's trying to be a gentleman person and be like, nope.
Anyway, so everybody gets gathered up. They eat breakfast. It was actually pretty good. Dag's still kind of confused why it has such good flavor. It's like, what's the point? There's so much extravagance in this food.
Okay.
It just needs to sustain us.
Thank you very much.
I am going to actually roll a stealth thing, because I'm going to try and sneak a biscuit into my pocket.
Actually,
Okay,
before
go
you do that, Elunan, I think
Yeah.
Anubis had already like set an extra like half a biscuit in your lap on purpose.
Aw, that's cute.
Okay, in that case, I just go
Just helping you
slip
with the
into
stealth.
the pocket.
You can roll it at an advantage to fully get it, packed away into your pocket.
We have an 18 on the die, and now I gotta go check my stealth. 18 plus 7.
Yeah, you get it there. If anyone wants to try and roll to see what she's trying to think, you're more than welcome. Obviously, it's pretty high, so it'll be hard to beat it, but you're more than welcome to try.
Yeah, RuffDraft's in the kitchen because he actually made these, and that's just where he's at the moment. Yep. And he's got the tray out. Obviously, it's enough for everyone, and he's just chilling. And one of them just disappeared. Wait, what? And he figured, just probably tired. Okay.
I
just
love that.
Doesn't bother.
That's wonderful. Oh, the mischievousness that I could do with one of my other characters if they ever visited RuffDraft. I had a character that would torment anyone that was
No.
He knows because he's the one I would torment.
So what?
So we used to play in Barovia, and Gregory played a wizard that loved to bake and cook. And he got really close to my character, which was a drow assassin rogue. And so as he was cooking, she would be ornery and just sneak some of the ingredients and make them disappear when he wasn't looking. And he couldn't find him. Or she would like sneak up behind him and tickle him along his side or something to mess him up. Like she was constantly tormenting him while he was baking and cooking.
Poor guy.
And he's got a passive of 15,
and so he would like smack her off like, no, shoot, bad. And it wouldn't do damage because we had -1 in strength, both of us. So we would have like these little like
slap I always wanted. Yeah, it was wonderful. There was a couple times we did. We just pulled on one like slap, and it didn't do anything.
But
we were both -1 in it.
But what RuffDraft would have done it differently. If he had noticed things being stolen, he'd be like, okay, open wide and try to help feed them.
That would throw her off so bad.
Every morning she'd wake up with extra rations snuck into her bag.
Well, the thing is, she would get plenty of food. She would get so much food, and he would feed her. And she just liked to mess with him while he cooked.
Go ahead, knowledge.
I just wanted to make sure. Someone picked him up already?
Yeah, Anubis did.
Yeah. Knowledge would basically just start talking to Anubis about how he learned so much about economics.
Yes, he did.
I think as they're walking, he looks at Knowledge. Did you get the feather, all right?
Oh, yes, thank you. I also got a lot of inks and paper now. I took them from the library.
You only needed one, right?
On the feather.
Oh yes, I only need one feather. I need a lot of ink and paper though. The ink and paper get consumed in losing a script spell.
Do me a favor. Don't ever go for that feather. Ask me to go get it for you. Okay?
I don't think I need another owl feather.
Good.
I do need a chicken feather for another spell for tickling purposes.
If one drops off of Peck Peck, I will pass it on to you.
I love that you named it Peck Peck. It's so funny.
It'll be a pig feather
I
from
love
Peck
the name.
Peck.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 Better than
Pink
Gregory.
mutated chicken is Peck Peck.
Fair.
I know.
Fair.
Still salty about Gregory. He's still salty.
I offered her a couple times to change her name, but
Actually,
but the way you worded it made it sound like you wanted her to still have it, so she kept it because of the way you worded it.
and he's oblivious. She's like, okay.
I don't.
So I apologize, Greg.
Dragons naturally want to have the name you give them. So if you don't change the name, they keep the name.
I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
That is cool. Did I learn that in Angel class?
Yeah, you would actually learn that in Angel class. Probably your second class, you would learn that.
Yep.
And there was something else I was going to have you learn that in second class. I can't remember what it was.
I do apologize, Anubis. That knowledge is now talking your ear off about economics.
So it's not bothering him. Like he is listening. Like one ear is actively flipped towards you, listening, and the other ear is actively flipped like towards Alonin. Making sure she's okay and everything, and like giving both attentions to both of you. Like he's actively listening to knowledge and occasionally giving information back, and then also having a conversation with Alonin and making sure she had a good evening all at the same time as they walk back.
Is the other deaf god guy gone now? Or is he still hanging around?
No, he's still with us. I see.
He's still with us?
He's now part of the pack.
Yep.
Okay, so
you guys all get together, and
as soon as we would get into the actual area, then Anubis would see that she's kind of given the other guy suspicious looks because he doesn't like him.
Oh yeah.
So we get everybody gathered together. We have our meal. We have some little interactions and stuff, and then Dad will kind of usher everybody up to the plateau. And we are not even going to talk about the tunnels. I am avoiding the tunnels. Thank you, knowledge. I know, right? Whistle for the wolf. We get up to the plateau. We head over to where the lake is. Up to the side, you see an elegant garden. And Fangwin, would you like to explain a little bit about your garden? Because there's a big willow tree, the garden, and then the lake off to the left. So when you first come up to the tunnel, you have the huge obstacle course directly in front of you and off to the right. Because it kind of goes like this, right? On the left side, you see a big willow tree and the newly formed garden that is slowly being built and headed to between there and the lake.
And I would say that Finn Gwendolyn has probably taken a level of exhaustion, mainly because she's spent the most of the night transporting soil from the Sakura forest, and she's been bringing it up to the plateau, and she's been planting her garden and stuff, and in the hopes that it will help accelerate the growth of all these plants, because it's only been 5 or 6 days now, and there's no way they're going to grow within 30.
Well, and you do also have Alder that's constantly talking to you, and Alder does help you with go look over here for this plant, go over here and look for that, right?
And
you
she's
chat with
probably
Alder, she could be.
to the people that are hearing her. Huh?
She broke the rule about being outside at nighttime?
All the time.
She does that all the time.
All the time.
A lot of people have actually done that.
Yes, a lot of people have.
She's probably currently talking to Alder and singing like her lullaby, which I'll type out the lullaby later. But she's currently just kind of talking to her Alder, singing her little lullaby as she like is digging little parts, like little holes for her seeds to go in, covering them up, watering them. And she's has like a little stream from the lake going into like the farm area, so it's naturally like giving it some water.
Right, like irrigation and stuff. That makes sense.
And she has like certain plants in the shade of alder and others like more in the sunlight from like other like little area. And she's planting like all the crops next to other crops so they help grow each other. And it's just overall there she's farming. This is her little relaxing place. Enjoying her time.
And like I said, Alder would be explained. Like you asked her about the dirt that you found. She would explain that. Yeah, I've felt that soil before, and it's very helpful for the plants. Yes, it will help accelerate their growth. And when you would try to plant that one specific plant that you want in a certain spot, she would point out, put it right there. The moon hits it well there. You want the moon to hit it.
And she
like
thanked
you
him.
have a lot of extra help because Alder's helping you.
And we also have some not so help because currently her little friend is like digging at like another area, like digging a hole, trying to like find like a little rat that's scurrying around or something. And she's just like, no chewing on the rat.
And it would probably squawk at you like, because it wants to eat souls. And it can't. It's like, well, maybe the rat is small enough I can eat its soul.
And so she'd like go over there and like kind of like pick it up like a teddy bear and then like hold it underneath her arm. So like its head is just like in between her arm. She's carrying it one arm style. And she just walks back over to Alder and just start digging again.
It would be like, I tell you, get out of your arms. I love it. So you, as we get up there, you see this, and you see her messing with her little Umbra, and working on this garden, and you see the beautiful reflection of the water on the surface. Ray, if you or anyone that likes Sally could have told Sally that we were heading that way, because Sally would join you in the lake if you tell her, because she can kind of understand English a little bit, especially if you like point. Lots of pointing with her. If you point that direction, she'll go that direction. You know what I mean?
Loden would have told you that I know that we were leaving, kind of thing, out to the back.
Yeah. So she'll like meet you up there and be all happy and splash at you guys and stuff. And so that's where you're at the moment, because you were told to look in the middle of the lake. So what do you guys do? You're by the lake.
So RuffDraft he's been this way before, that's where they met Sally and all. But he did not know this was out here. So first he freezes. This is just unexpected. His tail freezes. And then his tail starts to wag, and just looking at all this work put in. And then his tail freezes and kind of puffs a little bit. And he'll look over at Dag, and it sounds like it's unrelated, but it kind of is. He'll be, what is the plan when the Marcus Knights find us?
Well, hopefully they won't find us before we're able to figure out what we're doing next. But
he looks over at the garden, and is like, we should have a plan for when the Marcus Knights find us. I mean, he's not saying, this was bad. He's admiring it, but he's now concerned we're now more visible outward and more, So now he's like, okay, we need to accelerate. What is the plan if we get caught?
Right. So if they do find the tunnels, we do have the traps, but as Van Gwendolyn has very blatantly shown certain individuals can get through the traps easier than others. What I'd like to do is upgrade the traps so they can't get through fully. If they find one of the tunnels and we find that they're making it through the tunnel, we could always collapse some of the tunnels to protect us.
I mean, if you wanted a suggestion, the best way would have a tunnel specifically for wolf. Now that would take a lot of time and effort, but that would be the most logical solution. It'd be big enough for
Well, we have
wolf
Mole over
or
here.
let's say me to crawl through it, and then you would have the other ones where you can actually do traps towards the bottom, so it's harder to get by it. That would be the most logical solution.
And when she did say, well, we do have Mole over here, she points to Alastor, because Alastor has the clay on his hand. Not that he's actually a mole, but that's where Dag thinks now, that he's playing with the mud, maybe he's good at digging. So when he says, yeah, well, we have Mole over here, she's pointing to Alastor.
I mean, last time I started digging a tunnel, you yelled at me, so...
But you were doing it in your bedroom.
Because it makes sense to have an escape route in case we get attacked.
But
I don't want to be cornered.
Not in your bedroom.
My escape.
So it's a terrible time to tell you it's almost completed.
Is just doing this.
This is a very lovely garden.
Oh, thank you.
What were you going to say,
I've
Alastor?
spent most of my time here.
Say that again?
Right now, I see this as a race against time to get the boat created. Because as soon as they know where we are, this location is
that would fix a lot of this.
Worst comes to worst, we can still try to steal their ship. I mean, they don't have another ship.
We do not have the manpower to cruise such a ship.
It's actually the smaller ship, and Knowledge knows how to pilot it. We established that day one.
So he knows how to pilot, and yes, it is one of the smaller ships, but it is not a small ship. Meaning the other ship was humongous.
Fair.
That's what I'm
Well, the
trying to
simple thing would just be to create
the
help
ship that's in
to
dock
help
right now
pilot.
is a man of war. For those that know what a man of war is, it is not a small ship.
Minimum complement for men of war was around 1,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
We are not skeleton crewing that thing.
You know, it's right. It takes one all shit to ruin a company, but 1,000 attaboys to raise them up. I don't know that.
So basically, Dag is giving you some ideas of like, okay, here's how we can refortify the base if they find it until we, to basically spare more time for us to get the boat ready, right? Once we have the boat ready, I would even be willing to signal them to show that we are leaving so that they'll want to chase us instead of staying. That might free up the island some, depending on whether or not they want to chase us or not. But it might be an idea.
I posted something into the voice chat thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice. You got the boats. Nice.
I think.
Yeah.
I think hearing Dag say that, I think Gray just kind of looks at Dag and then over at RuffDraft. Take Solus with.
Take who with?
You want to take a giant firebird on a wooden ship.
Need take
giant firebird on wooden ship.
To be fair, if the Firebird is willing, we do need a heat source for our boilers.
So you're saying figure out a way to put the giant Firebird in your engine.
Only if they are willing, and I can make the ship fireproof if you need it to be.
And it'll be for quick boosts only.
Why does she need to come with Gray?
Mm. Mm.
Did I do something again? Anubis, did I say something wrong to Gray again?
No, you didn't, dear. Hang on. Give her a moment.
Fine.
I mean, you say she's thinking. She actually is thinking and trying to put it together. Need help. She important.
But this is home for Bird. Do you not want to take from home?
Well, you must consider that for Solus, that clearly they live in the volcano for a reason. Perhaps they need that volcano to thrive, in a sense.
Maybe. We could always ask.
And if they don't have the volcano, or at least that intensive heat, they might regress to their childhood form.
Some survive without. It'll be fine.
How about this? Gray and someone that wants to go with Gray, not me, can go ask the bird later. I ain't going.
RuffDraft raises a paw. Not it.
I'd go, but Gray doesn't like me, so it would probably not work that well.
Me no go with.
Thank you for being willing, though. Thank Gwendolyn.
If you need someone to
Crystal's like,
treat,
I like Gray Crystal.
Hey, there's your girls' night out.
Yeah, hey, Alona, you want to come with? You're one of the girls, right?
Alona just feeling uncomfortable. I just told Anubis, like, help me.
I would actually, Alona has offered to help me with a project I am working on, so she will be unavailable to come with you. I do apologize.
Girls' night out.
Girls.
No, fine. She's already promised, and giving her word is more important than a girl's
Okay,
night.
but later on we get a girls' night out because the boys don't get to have all the fun.
Right. Later on, you can have a girls' night out. That doesn't involve fire. I'm sorry, Alona.
She's also gonna whisper. She's also gonna whisper, so only Anubis can hear. In places we have to fly.
Yeah.
In the places we have to fly.
If
So
people
have wings.
People can roll to see if they
anyone
heard
wants
that.
to
but
hear
she
the
was
whisper, they can roll for it, and I can have her roll a stealth. But that's up to you guys. If you're not gonna roll, I will make her roll.
I'll roll. Why not?
But
I roll the stealth.
yeah, okay, roll stealth then.
RuffDraft.
No, it's
No, sorry.
you first.
All he was going to ask real quick is Friend and Lake coming too?
Oh, you mean
gotta
Sally?
Because we're here to see a friend, and we're talking about bringing the other friend with us. And so he's like, "Are we bringing this other friend too?"
We have
Why
a friend
not?
in the lake.
She and Lake.
Can we bring Alder? I like Alder. Can we bring Alder?
Elder is a tree, and I still haven't figured out what. You leave my tree alone.
We have a tree friend.
Alder is very sweet. I'm sure we could transplant Alder onto a ship.
I think
How
Alder was
am I unaware of all these friends we have?
Willow, you realize how big that willow is? That willow ain't gonna fit on that ship. You'd have to
We
use
would
some
have to build a big ship.
that tree.
It is fine. I think we could do it. I believe in y'all's muscles and my little hands.
You guys need to look at the chat. He posted a picture of a boat that has a tree in it.
It's from One
Oh, going there.
Yes, it's the Going Merry from One Piece. It has the orange tree for
Over
Nami.
the sun. The Thousand Sunny.
Yep. That's the one.
So Gray heard me.
I get ear flicks towards the Alona. Her tail like wags slightly.
How about this? Why don't we look into figuring out a way to get back here easier? So anything that can't fit on the ship, we can come back to. You guys have wibble wobble. Maybe one of you come figure out how to like go between the ship and the island somehow. Ain't there some way to like go and you're in a different spot?
Unfortunately, teleport is a high level 7th level spell, which I don't think any of us is anywhere close to ever mastering.
However, I do have experience in teleportation. I can start working on it as soon as we are done today. I'll go start working on that.
You know how to cast a
like
7th level spell ahead of time? Ooh, you need to tell me how you did this.
Okay, you two wibble wobbles can go play around in one of the empty rooms in the archive. Okay, that ain't my base. If you blow that up, oh well. And Crystal's like, hey, but that's what the library is. I don't want that to get blown up.
The books! How could you? No. Nod now walks up to Dag and just goes, how could you threaten to want us to destroy the books?
What? Didn't threaten wanting to blow up the books. I'm saying I would rather the books get blown up than my base. I put priority on my base. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'd rather nothing get blown up.
No, you would feel Elonin being kind of annoyed, and then you would get a flick to your head.
Well, Dag, you do realize that we haven't read through all those books, and some of them might have information that would be key in defeating the Marcus Knights.
You might not have. I think it was like you might not have, but I'm pretty sure she has. She's had 3 years to do it. Points at Crystal.
Elonin
we just unlocked the.
Yeah, we just unlocked
it.
Oh, I forgot we just got it open. Sorry. But still, we did receive on it.
Elonin goes, I have a request when we do leave that we take all the maps with us, please and thank you.
We need to take the books as well.
I don't think we could fit all
Again, this is why we need some way to come back here. We ain't putting all them books on the ship.
That'd be too bad.
Like I said, I can work on figuring out a way to build a teleportation circle like the one I've seen in my master's room, and I can try to figure out how to implicate that to our needs on the ship as well.
Okay,
Sounds
so
good. I'll do the wibble wobbles.
So real quick,
we
did
need to
anyone
get back on
else?
the path.
Real quick, did anyone else besides Gray roll to see if they could hear what I had whispered to Anubis?
I did. I got a 10.
Okay, so you failed.
Alastor.
No, it's just face right now.
Alastor's always listening. Someone roll for him, please.
I got it.
So why is Alice
knowledge
that
is face
face
right now.
You got it, base 17.
Cool. What do I have to beat?
She got a 25.
So what's the?
I'm
what's
not meeting that.
Yeah,
I'm not meeting that. My highest is modifier is a 5. It's only gonna get to 22.
That's close though, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dag tries to get the group back on track. Everybody figure out how we're gonna look at the middle of this lake.
RuffDraft standing on the edge, just calling out, "Hello, we're here to visit you."
I think Gregory will kind of nudge RuffDraft's shoulder.
What?
We could go check it out.
No, I can't.
Looks at him
What?
and spreads out her wings. You can get on.
Or RuffDraft can fly because
He's also got wings.
Yeah.
Everyone in this party has wings except for me, knowledge,
Okay,
and
so you're not talking about going underwater.
Yeah.
You're talking about going above the water. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Gregory is off.
Wait.
Gregory is talking to you.
Wait, hang on. Who are we visiting?
All you know is there's somebody that is a friend to Solus in the middle of the lake. That's how she worded it. To go look to the middle of the lake. She didn't say Under or over? She just said middle.
Okay, so I misunderstand. I thought you meant you wanted us to go underwater. You want us to fly above the water. Yes, I can do that. And he'll.
I have no idea if we need to go above or below it. She ain't said that.
We can scope out the surface first, and then report back if we see anything.
Did someone
All right,
say
you go
water?
do that. I'll keep an eye out.
I go, you can stay here, robot
Yes,
child.
there is a entire thing of water right next to us. Knowledge.
But he has got over his fear, didn't he?
Oh, that's cute.
I'm not sure she can fully get over that trait, that flaw.
You did.
So he has not fully gotten over it. He is starting to.
Yep.
And yes, I do allow people to slowly get over their fears.
Who's starting to?
Knowledge is starting to get over his fear of water. RuffDraft, you have faced your fear of fire. A little bit. Yep. So you are also kind of doing something.
I think if you took
I want to know how you figured out how to get a Minecraft chicken pink and get it into your picture of RuffDraft.
That's cool.
Magic, I guess.
Cool. That's great.
But that's him. That's him looking out into the lake, holding Peck right now.
I love it.
I
love it.
All right, now I'm just gonna go back to working with Fang on making sure they make that teleportation thing.
They're not doing
I believe that I believe we're not actually making that yet. I believe that's a later thing, as in like at the end of this session or something of the sort.
Yes.
Because Gregory and I will
she's just going to be farming until y'all are ready to go.
Yep.
And Gregory,
listen, I'll watch out here. You guys go do a scoop.
Yep.
And Gregory, I pretty much said RuffDraft and her could go check it out.
Yeah, we'll do a flyby and report back what we find.
I can make it shorter. I can play on one side. You can play on the other. Because Crystal's offering to fly with you, basically.
How about Gregory one side, Crystal that side, and I down the middle?
I like that idea. Okay. Yes, Cresendo, you can fly with me. All right, so
and he's flying with the chicken, so his hands are completely occupied.
I love it. He's flying with the chicken. Chicken is like, really good. Looking down like there's a lot of water.
Just enjoy the view.
And Cresendo is perched on Crystal's shoulder, constantly doing the charge, you know.
Oh, the charge, the song, I love it. So you guys fly around, and it doesn't take too long. But once you get about centered area of the, I like that drink. Center area of the lake, there is actually a secondary mountain in the middle of the lake. So basically, the plateau goes up like this, and then back up, mountain in the middle. So there's a full-on mountain piece.
So does it feel like this was like an ancient volcano?
I don't
Not
know
that
a lot
RuffDraft
about
would know that.
Sense. It's possible. It is a volcanic area because obviously the other mountain area is a volcano. With it being a plateau like that, probably. And there is a lot of tunnels that are natural tunnels. So those could have been like the different outlets for like the volcano and stuff. So yeah, it's very possible that it used to be a volcano and got repurposed once people like started living on it. But I will say, as you get closer to where the mountain area is, it's getting harder to fly and stuff like that because it's like the mist is really thick right in that area. And RuffDraft, I want you to roll me a perception. You went down the middle, so you're the one that's the closest to the mountain.
Okay. Perception. Oh, that is a 19.
Nice. You hear a low rumbling roar come from the peak of the mountain. Almost kind of a warning type sound, like don't get too close kind of.
Yeah, well, that combined with the sudden difficulty to fly, he'll let out a whistle to try to alert the others, and he'll do like like a shush sign and kind of like a a lay low sign so that we fly low, and maybe not go, maybe head back. So I'm trying to get their attention and not go farther, but just be quiet, fly lower, and then we may head back.
Yeah. I think they'll pay attention to what you're doing and follow your cues. And as soon as you kind of pull away from that specific spot, it starts to get better. Especially when you go down lower, it's not as thin air, and you don't have as much trouble with like the mist and stuff like that. Part of the reason you guys didn't notice it is because of how thick the mist is on the top of the plateau, that it just made it very hard to see this mountain in the middle of the lake. And again, it's like just enough of a difficulty with the way it whips around the wet mountain and stuff. It makes it kind of difficult to fly in that area. And so you guys return, and yes, there's a mountain in the middle of the lake. What do you guys say to the party when you get back?
There's a legendary Pokemon over there on that island. I'm just kidding.
With how you're collecting creatures, I'm not surprised.
I know, right?
And you gotta catch them all, catch them.
I will be back. It's pink. No, but he would relay. I'm sure they'd relay, the mountain, the mist, the difficulty flying, and the roar. So definitely something there. Could be the friend they're looking for. He didn't know. He'd best if the group figures out how to talk to it first.
So how are we gonna get over there? Are we all flying? Well, obviously not everybody can fly, so we gotta figure out some way to get over the water. And I think Sally's like flirting and just like splashing and kind of like basically in her own little fishy way, kind of like just swim. See, I women, kind of like she's like diving and swinging back and then swimming back, like come on, and like pulling anyone that's close enough to the water, like come on, in the water. Trying to get people to swim in the water to the island or to the mountain part.
I was going to say, how hard would it be to give people some rope, and then I'll take flight and I'll kind of pull them in the water along the surface.
Well then.
We do have that boat.
Yes, you do actually have the lifeboat that Warfin brought in.
Knowledge.
Yes, knowledge.
Knowledge is apparently still terrified of the water, but Knowledge has a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge is going to activate Tenz's floating disc and float over the water.
That makes sense.
Who else here needs assistance flying?
The only person she goes to for assistance is Cristal. Uppies.
Sure, I don't mind uppies. Come on.
So I think Anubis goes over to Alonin, actually. May I accompany you?
Yes.
And you just see him vanish.
Into a shadow.
Mm-hmm.
I is holding my little Cocotala like a teddy bear.
So
I love it.
Alonin, you now have an Anubis in your shadow.
Okay. Hopefully he'll be fine in the water then, because we're probably going to go swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
RuffDraft would
honestly, if you're going to swim in the water, I better go with you just in case something happens. We don't want to have too many people in the water alone, without someone that can fight and whatnot. So I'll swim with you guys. Alastor, are you going to swim with us, or are you going to hitch a ride?
Out of character, Alastor makes this sort of Da Vinci-esque helicopter. No, he's still...
There's still Gregory.
Alastor looks at his hands. Yep. I fear I may foul the water. Somebody carry me.
Gregory, would you be willing?
She nods.
Alastor, you can
Dag.
ride my snake.
I'm a dragon bear.
I apologize. You can ride on my dragon. She would be okay with that.
That's cute.
I appreciate the ride, Lady Gregory.
Of course.
I love that Lady Gregory. That's cute.
I will say though, Dag, you were like, oh, we need someone that can fight. You get a little bit of almost offensive from Anubis. How dare you imply that he doesn't want to fight?
All you get is Dag doing this, like just mouthing it.
I think you would benefit from couples counseling.
Swimming would take forever, by the way.
What'd you say, Penguin?
Swimming would take literally forever.
Not for Alonin. Alonin is a mermaid.
No, Alonen's great. She'll get there quick. But if Dag tries to swim, he will take forever.
Dag's not done. She calls for Sally.
Yep.
Come here, girl. Grabs onto her fin. Let's go.
I think
Now
Ray
it's-
is still standing on the lake, on the shore.
You want to come with me on Sally?
So Ardy will get a little bit of scared. No, how?
What?
Oh. No,
What?
no, how?
Don't know how what?
Doesn't know how to swim.
Iloni's gonna ask to be nice, right? And Iloni goes over to the puppy and goes, "I'll hold on to you."
Okay, I try. No, how, but try. So, yeah, she doesn't know how to swim.
Iloni's gonna help you. Of course, that means you're all gonna notice some things probably about Iloni. So she's actually showing that she trusts the puppy now.
Oh, that's cute.
That's cute.
And I think also she takes a moment and closes her eyes and has a small conversation with someone to make sure it is safe to go in the water. First. So give me 1 second. Okay. Let me get the response.
All right, everyone have their travel buddy?
Oh.
Technically, no, it doesn't.
RuffDraft, however knowledge, well, how's knowledge getting across?
Ten's just floating disc.
Oh, well, RuffDraft will fly near, RuffDraft will be knowledge's travel buddy.
Okay, fair enough.
Doesn't Tenzo's floating disc only move like 5 feet or something like that? Like it's really slow.
I have no idea.
I don't know how fast it is.
See if it says anything about like how much it moves, like how much you can move, how many feet you can move it per round or something like that.
Check it now.
For asking, focus wise, yes. But I do know the answer.
Okay.
You can move if you move more than 100 feet away from the disc. No, that's not what we're looking for.
If you move more than 10 feet away from it, it would stop. But if you're... Huh?
But the question is, can you... Oh, no, the disc is immobile, while you're within 20 feet of it. If you move more than
Yeah.
20 feet, the disc follows you, so it remains within 20 feet of you. So it looks like it's got a speed of 20 feet. Or does it follow you? It stays within 20 feet of you. So as long as. So it doesn't move
So
It
it's
can move
you,
100
it
feet. It
follows
can move
you.
100 feet.
Oh.
Well, how about this? We'll have some fun with this because it is a unique world. We will adjust the spell specifically for the world and say that you can control it while you're sitting on it, just to make that easier.
I'm fine with it, playing it as is. It's just that I didn't know.
It's up to you.
Can I offer a concession?
We'll just have to figure out how to get you across the water if we don't figure it out.
It makes sense that we alter it slightly because we've already used it for purposes like floating across water and stuff.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
So my
So-
thought is, if he summons it, he gets on it, and then he ties a rope around RuffDraft. Then he can like surf behind RuffDraft on the disc above the water as RuffDraft is flying.
Don't get pulled off
Yeah,
the
make
disc.
Rough Draft the one that makes it move. Yeah.
Well, he'd be gentle, but
Also,
it's an
I
idea.
feel what you're saying. Well, again, we'll kind of. I think we'll kind of like budget a little bit and let him pull him with the disc.
Yeah.
I think I like that.
Because that's actually doable because it only has to remain within that feet, and it won't be moving obviously if I'm on top of it.
Okay, 24, Naomi.
But we're changing it to where it can, so it'll move with
You
you.
get the answer.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the
And
answer?
yes, it's fine.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
Cool. So now knowledge has a method. I have you, Sparky.
Yes. There we go. All right, so everybody is heading
All right,
across.
so once
to-
everyone that is flying and only the swimming people are left, Elona is going to say to Gray, don't freak out when you see my ankles. And then she's going to remove her pants in a way where, it's not going to show really anything. And Gray is going to be able to see her ankles. Right, so what Gray is going to see is that her ankles are scarred up like shackle marks.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I have to do something because this is what Puppy does. May try fix.
Now, Dag is swimming with Sally. So would you also be doing this in front of Sally? Dag.
One is Sally and
Dag
Dag.
and Sally?
She trusts
Okay.
Dag, she trusts Anubis, and she's showing that she trusts the puppy now.
So she is asking you, may try fix. And pointing.
She goes, you can try, but they've been like this for a very long time. And she would also show her wrists are the same way.
Me try fix.
Don't overdo it.
I'll try. So yeah. So we're gonna try this.
Plus, also, you would also notice that most of her skin around her arms and her ankles and stuff is scaly, so there's like scales and stuff missing.
I think she'll be like, what happened? If won't talk.
She goes, I was in a very bad place with very horrible people who like to keep people prisoner.
I think her ears go down. Let me understand. No more. It's free now. And then she will try and focus and put her hands on her ankles and try.
Okay, roll for it.
Here we go. Oh.
Well, like a concentration type thing, like you've been doing for the healing type thing. And then also you need to do a con to see if you overdo or not.
Con!
So I get double on that.
You guys are silly in the chat.
Would also while this is happening, Lorelei would also remind Dag that eventually we all gonna have to have a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remind
Okay.
me.
So
Yes, we do.
Because he still needs to let people know about a certain danger that might show up later on.
The thing that's funny is Jack's thinking about the other thing you wanted to do, and that's what she said, don't remind me, because it was the flying thing.
And she goes,
Okay.
so Elodie's a little bit confused as she goes, about the meeting where I was going to warn you guys about a danger?
Oh, no, you're fine. Tell her about that. That's fine.
2. So the first one is 22.
That's fine.
And then the second one is the concentration.
You can do this, Gray. I have faith in you.
Aw,
You can get better in this.
that's the goal.
Let's go.
Yeah, because Gray now
He's
knows
trying to
why she's
send-
constantly pulling down her sleeves.
He's in character sending encouragement to Gray, just to try to pepper up a little bit. I'm proud of you. You've done amazing. You'll do great here. Don't worry.
Aww.
Can I get advantage because of that?
Yes, I will let you have advantage. Because
Yay.
great, you're getting help.
But yeah, Gray now knows exactly why Elodie keeps pulling down her sleeves. So does
Mhm.
Dag and Anubis.
Yep.
So that would be. No, that would be 19. Okay, hang on. Back. My thingy went poofed. Hang on. Oh, where'd it go? Okay. And then con. 26 for her con.
Yep, that'll be it. So what you see is, as Gray reaches out to heal, you feel this fiery warmth. It doesn't hurt, but it's this like very gentle warmth come over next to where your scars are on your ankles. As she's doing this, though, she's reaching out to heal and can feel there's more pain than just those scars, and it starts to cover your whole body area. And so as it's healing, it reaches up and it heals other scars
Huh.
as this goes along, as long as you're okay with that out of character. And so you start feeling all the different scars that you have starting to heal up. And at first you see her kind of waver a little bit, but with the encouragement from RuffDraft and the strength of her ability, the thing that is helping her be able to do this, she kind of steadies herself, finishes it, and you feel refreshed from it. That the scars are gone, which is not a normal healing thing. Because most healing spells just speed up the healing. That's why you end up with scars still. This actually repaired the scars. Almost like brand new skin, like the skin was reborn.
Okay, so since she felt that, she's gonna feel on her back to feel if the scars are gone from there too.
Yep, they're all gone.
Once she realizes they're all gone, she's gonna give the puppy a very big hug.
Aww, that's adorable.
I am very proud.
Oh, thank you. And you just feel like gratitude from her, RuffDraft, because you get the feeling she might not have been able to do it without you.
Oh.
So she's like hugs Alonin back. I glad fix.
Yeah, Eloni's gonna make thank you.
But a little tired.
Yep. You would feel a little bit tired, but you can tell that the help that steadied you, that I'm not expressing what it is took most of that exhaustion for you. So they're quiet. But yeah, so you're healed, and everybody kind of heads over to this mountain area, and there is a nice little edge that you guys can kind of like a beach area at the base of this mountain peak.
I'm gonna quickly send a picture that we have of Elonin to Gray, because she now knows what Elonin looks like.
Yeah. I will say the very last thing, before she says is, no need hide now. You alone.
Yeah, I like that.
But yeah,
All right.
you trust Alonin as much as Alonin trusts the puppy.
Also, Alonin, a trick for you. I've been messing around with this armor that pulls on her shirt. Think about it. Make it want to have like a, I don't know, swimming skirt thingy around your bottom half. See if that works.
Alright, she's gonna try that.
You pretty. Not
And
sure why
as
hide.
soon as you think about having some sort of clothing down that, it shifts. Your armor shifts to being clothing for that part. Basically, you can shift your clothes as just armor. You can have it so you never, if you want, you can have it to where as you're going into the water, the armor shifts to being water-based clothing, so that you don't have to worry about it.
That's a good idea, actually. So yeah, she'd probably do that. So I sent the images to you, Gray. I sent the image we had rift scars and the one without the scars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you heard what she said, Alunan. She said you were pretty. Not sure why you hide.
She would whisper in her ear, "Not everyone likes my race."
Is okay.
I mean,
know mine.
I'm an atrocity, so.
Mm-hmm. You ain't the only one that is either looked down upon or sought after for a specific purpose. But now you've got us to keep you from them people. And then she'll kind of nudge Sally to get her to swim over to the other thing.
So they'll head over.
And so you guys are now kind of on the beach.
Yeah, that's another thing. Dag also would have seen that she touched her back to check for scars, so she would have kind of noticed that too.
She did, and the thing is, she just kind of gave you a knowing nod, like, kind of like she knows what that's like. Kind of look like, yeah, I get it. And so you guys are now like at the base of the mountain, and as you look at this mountain or the peak, I guess you could say, you can tell that there is a slow incline all the way around, like a path going circular around the peak. But you also notice there's broken parts of this path, like something has rolled down the mountain. I don't know if I have an old picture. While you guys investigate, I will see if I can find the old picture.
Are we gonna Donkey Kong our way up the mountain?
It's up to you. You guys can either try to fly up or you can try to use the path. It's up to you guys.
I mean, I'm going wherever Crystal's going because I'm on her shoulders. And I'm squeezing my
Crystal
cocoa.
would try to fly up, but again, the wind kind of wraps around that area pretty bad. So there's a lot of turbulence and other problems that make it difficult to get up flying wise. So after trying a little bit and having kind of getting whipped a wonky direction and stuff, she'd come back down. It's like, that's why he told me not to fly up there. Sorry, RuffDraft.
Question: would Gregory have enough stability to make it up to the top?
How about this? Roll for me.
What am I rolling?
Start with the D20. I do need to make a stat block for Gregory. I have not done that.
Okay, I got an 18.
Nice. You were doing really well for a little bit, but again, certain gusts and stuff kind of were hitting you, and you were kind of getting off. And then again, as you're getting real close, because you were doing decent, you hear that threatening growl, like "Don't you dare come this way!" Kind of growl. What do you do?
She roars back. kind of a first she roars, kind of a hey, friendly type thing, and then um first is the roar, kind of like, oh, you're going to trying to be dominant here. I'm a bigger creature, and then the second thing is trying to send a message, basically, like, hey, we're not gonna hurt you. We come in peace. We were told to seek you out.
Again, so when it comes to the dominant part, you hear a stronger growl, like it's matching your strength. And then for the other part, it does calm down some, but again, it's more of a warning, like do it this way instead. Like don't go this way, don't go flying, do it the other way. Kind of impression.
Okay. So she'll tell Ardy the impression she gets.
Sorry, what? I wasn't paying attention. He's focused on helping knowledge. He figured they're going to have to go up the normal way.
That's
Because
great.
knowledge can't fly, so he's going to stick with knowledge.
That's
So she'll fly back down with Alastor on her back.
Oh, hi, Gregory.
It didn't work. Whatever's up there, I got the impression of it wants us to go this way.
That is exactly what you're getting the impression of.
Well, good thing we're already going this way. And we start going that way.
So I guess we're walking up the mountain.
Yep.
So when we got
As
back,
you
she put her pants back on as soon as we were out of the water, kind of thing.
yeah, and again, if you think about it, you don't have to put the pants back on anymore. What I'm saying is, as you walk out of the water, if you think about it, it will shift into dry pants.
Oh.
For you.
Cool.
Hi, sir.
I did find the picture. I'll show you this. I'm just getting it to where I can bring it over.
Over the mountain and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
So, yeah, I know, right? Here, I'll post this. Oh my word, you even got one with it flying! Oh my word. This is a very, very old drawing, so I apologize for it not being the greatest drawing, but this was the original drawing of this mountain. Like back when I was in high school.
That's cool.
So, as you can see, some of the paths have been broken. So as you go up this pathway, how are you going about going up this path?
Well, RuffDraft, he has his wings, but again, since his unofficial travel buddy is knowledge, he's giving knowledge all the help he can. He's using his wings. He's helping him over rough terrain, just kind of taking the hand, step up, whatever is needed to help knowledge.
I like that. That's cool.
And Gray's kind of helping alone in as well, because, as they're going. And kind of like you help me with the swimming, so I help you with the flying type thing.
So, as you are going up this pathway and you're kind of like following the pathway, but also using like your wings and stuff if you need to stabilize, you get to the first gap where you can tell that the path has been broken. Either try to fly over it, you can try to jump over it. What do you guys do?
So, Gray doesn't know Elonin can't fly yet. So right now she's kind of looking at it and trying to kind of calculate how far it is and see if she could do one of her circus flips over it.
How far is it?
Yeah, it's one of those gaps where it's like you should be able to jump it if you're careful. And as you can see, you can look at the old picture. You can see that there is a distinct line of the paths being broken.
Yep.
Okay. Rough Draft's gonna hold up here, and he's going to fly to the other side. First thing he's going to do is he's going to look for a place to secure his chicken, to make sure Peck Peck doesn't wander off, and he'll make sure it remains in sight. His plan is he's going to be at the other side with his rings at the ready to help catch anyone as they come across.
Okay.
So
now, how did you just go straight across that gap with your flight, or did when you flew over?
Yeah, just through kind of more of an arcing up and over.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw. As a large boulder comes rolling down the path where this spot is broken.
That is an 8. Just an 8.
Oh. That's bad.
Oh, you get smacked so hard with this boulder, man.
Alone is shot enough.
At least it was the first hole and not like the top hole.
It only is short enough to see poor RuffDraft go flying from this boulder that she actually lifts down her hood and is kind of looking like.
Knowledge calls down to RuffDraft and goes, "Are you okay, friend?"
So what happens? Am I able to correct myself? Am I knocked out of flight?
So it's not super hot, but let's see. We'll roll some damage for getting hit by this boat.
Me can fix if need.
We'll see how bad it is.
I'm okay.
I don't think he's okay.
I'm okay. Splat.
All right.
Oh no, I have the thing for this. Okay, hang on.
Well, hold on. Let's see the outcome of this first.
No, it's gonna be a funny thing in the chat.
16 damage from the rock hitting you and you falling.
Okay, well, I'm definitely trying to correct myself, at least with the wings.
So you get basically slammed onto the ground. Again, it wasn't super high up on the mountain as you got to the first gap, but enough to get a decent amount of damage. And so you land down, and like the rock has kind of like landed on you on the ground.
Well, he would have at least made sure Peck Peck was out of the rock's way, so that Peck Peck would be okay.
Yeah.
But
I will allow
is
that.
he pinned under the rock right now?
It's got quite a bit of momentum if you're smart enough and kind of push on it as you land. If you can get that, you would keep the momentum going and it would roll off of you, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So there's already rolling. So it'd be more like, you know how those like games where like you have the boulder rolling down, it keeps going, right? When you get flattened. So it'd be kind of like that. Only you were up in the air, so you kind of went with it.
So as we see the boulder, I think Crescendo's like rah 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 rah.
Indiana Jones.
Okay, I go Cresendo.
How do you know what that is?
He'll dust himself off and grab Peck Peck and fly up again.
Are you all right over there?
I will be fine.
You sure?
I have suffered worse.
Need help?
I am helping you. Let's get you across first. And he'll.
We need to figure out a way to keep them boulders from hitting everybody.
Ilonia's doing more math now because now she knows that there's a boulder gonna come down. Trying to figure out how high and far she could jump at the same time.
I would really appreciate that, Alonin. You hear very softly in your ear. Because of somebody who's still in your shadow.
Anubis, roll me a perception check, please.
Do I make it up to the other side at least?
Okay.
It will let you be up on the other side, yes.
Okay.
Perception.
Because you were like down there, and instead of using the path, you kind of went that direction.
Dirty 20.
You notice that there are a couple of sparse trees on this mountain that are casting shadows.
Nice.
Quick question for my circus tricks. What is that again? Athletics or what?
That would be acrobatics.
Yes.
Athletics.
It could be athletics too, but usually when you do flips and ornate types of jumps, that's usually acrobatics.
Acrobatics is higher, anyways.
I think Anubis will step out of the shadow for a moment, and look over at Dag. Hey, Dag.
Yeah.
There's shadows.
You think it'll make whatever's doing the boulder thing mad?
Let's find out. It'd be a safe way to get everybody up with less casualties.
So, I rolled. So while he's chatting to Dag, I kind of say, "If you're coming, you better get in now."
I have a better idea. He holds out his hand to Alonin. Why don't you travel with me for a bit?
Do you trust me?
Yeah, she trusted Anubis, so she grabbed his hand.
So they go down, and then he comes back up because he put her safely in a place.
You'll have to keep at least one person on that side for the shadow.
Yeah, her being down there.
There's no tree on that side, so you have to use one person to do it. That's fine. Dag volunteers. It's fine.
Okay. You get the idea what I was trying to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, for those that were not on the guys' night out, this is what you can do. As Anubis pulls you down into Dag's shadow. Okay, so what you basically see is as you are pulled down, you get pulled down into almost a reflection of the real world, but it's all shadow. And instead of there being shadows where people are standing, their shadows are now almost like daylight version of the shadow, where you can see through that as kind of like you can view the outer world, or like a kind of not a mirror, but like a window kind of idea. And you can see the people moving around and stuff in those shadows, or those shadows moving around with the people that move. So windows move with the shadows. And if you take her over to the tree shadow first, she would keep hold of your hand and walk you through the shadows, and you can hear in the distance different shadowy sounds in that are different creatures and other things in this shadowy area. But as he walks you across, he's like, he gets you to where that tree's shadow is, and it's the shape of that tree's shadow. And he then pulls you up through there on the other side where that shadow is.
A bit safer. What do you think?
So
that was cool.
So this whole time we get to this chasm, and RuffDraft's like, I'll fly over and help people across. He flies over. Oh, just giant boulder gets him. He's all right, I'm good. He gets up. He gets to the other side. He turns around. Okay, come on. And just sees the last person disappearing into the shadow. It's like, oh. And they all appear behind him. Okay.
Oh, but Dag's still there. You can help Dag.
Oh, Dag didn't go in the shadow?
Someone had to stay there to give them a shadow to go into.
Yep.
They can't go into their own shadow.
Oh, RuffDraft could have flown over.
You know, it is being nice and trying to check you over for injuries without getting in
Ray.
your face.
You feel like all these two girls fussing over you about
Bruising.
injuries.
It is bruising. It will be fine. Trust me. I know my body.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, I do think
You would notice that Ilonin actually took down our hood for once.
Well, he's busy focused on Dag, trying to. Okay, Dag, come on.
All right, I'm coming. You better not. I'll punch that. I'll punch that boulder.
I have you covered.
Yelling at the top of the mountain.
I have you covered.
I rolled a nat 1
Alright.
to do a medicine check on RuffDraft.
Oh no! I will let you do that. I have to go potty real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh Lord.
RuffDraft is like, oh, I can take care of this. He does it. He tries to take care of it and gets a nat 1.
So you're
And
doing more damage now.
Unintentionally does 1d4 damage.
Oh, whoa. How much damage
Ow.
do you damage him?
1 hit point.
So what is Greg getting from RuffDraft?
A lot of tenderness. It's kind of like when you get a sunburn, you got that tenderness feeling, but instead of a sunburn, it's a lot of bruising because he had a huge impact. So he's going to have a really big mark on his back. Nothing you can heal because it's just blood.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's like knowledge comes in like a chiropractor. If, apply pressure here and move this here, and it's like, oh, I've got this. No, and just like a sharp pain in the back, and
Who's gonna flick again the robot child, and then start gingerly feeling around like for injuries that might be internal.
ow!
Raised,
Stop
trying to
touching,
very
please.
gently-
That hurts.
Need one fix.
No need fix. Stop touching. I'm helping. Who am I helping now? I forgot. Oh, Dag.
Dag.
Let's get Dag across and keep going. Just don't touch. It's tender.
Just what if you have like bleeding inside or something?
I will let you know
I
if
can
I have
try.
bleeding inside. That's what bruises are. Bruises are
You want
bleeding
me to
inside.
give you a look over?
Dag,
I'm sure
hurry.
Coco
Hurry,
would
Dag.
enjoy.
Please.
Don't worry, I can fix you.
Come across,
No.
Dag.
No,
Before I
doing it,
throw
no
you
one. I'm
across.
gonna flick you again like a
No.
I will
Not.
throw you
Try to get
across.
bad
no
robot.
touch. No touch. Bad robot.
Robot child, time out.
Oh.
I'm gonna drag robot child to the tree, sit him facing the tree, and go, "You're in timeout." Sit.
No touch. And then back at Ardy. Need
Robot child is in timeout.
Need help?
Let's get Dag first.
I'm glad you're helping. Please let this be better. Not really. I mean, it's better, but not really.
No, I have a plan if something happens. I have a plan if something happens.
I'm glad because you're gonna need it.
Okay, so what happens?
So I rolled. First of all, I rolled without advantage just so I was curious, and then I rolled an advantage afterwards, right? That's on that one. I'm glad you gave me advantage. But when I got the advantage, it was a nat 3.
Okay, so
Oh, Jamon.
do you have a boulder flying towards you?
Yes. I have
Okay.
a boulder flying towards me.
I would like to do something, if I may.
Yes.
When you're ready. So, and this is why he was perched. He was ready to react. As he sees Dag running and jumping, he notices Dag's foot slip a little. And so Dag is not going to make it. He also notices the boulder coming down towards Dag. So he bends his knees and he takes a leap out to meet Dag. As he does so, I activate bait and switch so that within 5 feet we switch places. So he grabs her, tosses her towards the edge, and puts himself in the path of the boulder in Dag's place.
The thing is, he's probably got way more HP than you anyhow.
I know, that's why she stayed back. But this is adorable. I love it. So let me let me get my dice back out again.
I told you I have you covered.
Literally.
Dag is actually very shocked by it. She was not expecting you to do that.
Aw.
I posted the
Hey,
image. By the way,
I didn't
going
see
to
Anubis do
timeout.
this, so Anubis, pick your game up, huh?
Anubis was trying to make sure everybody else was okay. But he will make sure she's okay.
There are some
I
incredible.
rolled the damage on this one.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
23 damage.
Okay.
How hurt are you?
Well, his every limb hurts. It feels like he will never fly again. But he does very slowly move his hand up and raise up a thumb and starts to work his way back up again.
I think Dag will reach down to, like reach like that to like give you a hand
Yeah, he'll take
and
it.
pull you up.
Yep.
How you get the puppy? Right, and I go.
Me
We
need
night
pick.
neither fits him.
I will be fine.
No!
Peck, come.
Need fix.
No, Peck.
No,
I go.
fix.
Peck.
I go, RuffDraft. I just put Knowledge in timeout. Do you want me to put you in timeout?
So I think
Dag, help.
Gray will try and turn into a puppy and heal you.
Also,
Funny, because
Dag
you can
doesn't
actually
let
see
go.
how young she is
Okay,
now. So.
hold on. I will have you know that Knowledge did the entirety of the boys' night out with 1 hit point. He did not get healed at all. And that is a boss.
Yeah,
I go,
but robot lives don't matter.
I go,
Oh,
1 minute,
shut up.
RuffDraft. 1 minute. I go over and I flick Knowledge again. I come back and I go, do you want to turn him in timeout?
No, it just goes, what did I do this time?
What do you think you did?
Okay. Naomi. 24.
We can heal.
Out
Let
of the
us.
concentration, yes, you're able to switch to puppy.
Alright, now I'll do the healing. Whether he likes it or not.
No, he's not going to stop healing. He's just trying to corral everyone to keep moving. So another
Oh, yeah.
boulder doesn't come down.
And this is just the first gap.
I will say, I know the healing attempt's happening anyway, but you got him down to 3 hit points.
By the way, because she has her hood down, I'm going to post what she looks like for the people who haven't seen her yet, because she's walking on with her hood down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's
That's what she
Oh,
looks like. That's Elonin. That's what
Okay.
she looks like when she doesn't have her hood up and she's not hiding her wings and stuff. That's what she looks like.
Okay, 17 hit points back. For you.
He is still bruised and bloodied, but it doesn't look like he's got broken bones anymore.
Okay.
And you don't sense a... I will be fine. I just need to walk it off. Thank you. You okay, Dag?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's get
No, it
moving.
says, I know how to do medical practice.
No.
After.
But I'm trying to talk to him.
After.
Ardy, you didn't have to do that.
This is the way.
Why'd you do that? I'm ready to get you that every single time.
And then he turned and starts
If
to
they were
limp along the
Mandalorians,
path.
they're really close to Mandalorian. She would probably respond this way.
Very much. This is the way.
I love it.
I think it's they're doing it. I think Anubis is like, we need to be careful. We could do this a little stealthy. Might be the easiest way to not deal with that. But
Well, I think it already knows we're here. So I
Yeah,
don't think stealth's going to do much good. But we can at least get most of the individuals over without any problems.
exactly. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I ain't the one that got hit by the boulder. Frustrated.
I
know.
think we forgot an important step. Excuse us. We are looking for an audience for a friend. Do we have permission to ascend your mountain?
All this time, nobody thought to ask permission.
I love it. You actually hear a low rumble and finally a spoken word. I suppose I can allow you to ascend, but only go on the third rung of the path. No further.
I think Anubis will speak up. A Solus sent us to find you.
Growly voice.
Yeah.
I used to be able to do a lot growlier of a voice specifically for this character, and I haven't done it forever, so
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, so Anubis had said a Solus sent us.
You are sent by her. Know this. This is why I will allow you to get as close as you are going. We will speak when you arrive, and then we will decide what to do with you.
I think Rage kind of tilts her head. Nice to meet you.
You have not fully met me. Rise to the peak, and then we will do our introduction.
You're not fire, are you? She's not fire, is she?
I think Greg kind of.
Fine.
Okay.
Oh goodness, she's not. I hope she's not made of water.
And I am not a she either.
I apologize. You are your choice, and
No,
I
I
will
think-
respect that.
I think Greg kind of like leans over to Ardy. Bring treat. May help.
All I have are crescendo bites.
Might help.
They were
Help
made
fix?
from the 2 eggs we collected.
You mean them? I didn't see. Where did you get eggs from again?
He holds up the chicken, peck, or whoever asked.
Yeah, there's a tag.
Oh, peck.
That's the chick.
Do I even want to know?
This was a
What the
Marcus
egg
Knight's
looks like?
chicken that we liberated on Boys' Night.
Uh-huh.
And then he turned and
And,
starts walking up the mountain.
Yeah, she'll follow. Like, try to get information. And do I want to know what Peck's eggs look like?
They look like eggs, like chicken eggs. I'm not sure the question.
So they're a nice little oval, round, white egg.
They're
No, they're
nice
not
little
white.
oval eggs. They are chicken eggs.
I have some food in my backpack, apparently.
No, let's try to clarify. I think Dag is asking for the chromatic coloration of the eggs in question.
Well, I mean, chicken eggs can be white. They can be off-white. There's different shades of white, some gray. Some species of birds have different colored eggs.
Yeah.
So what-
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So what is the chromatic coloration
Okay.
of picnic?
Hold on.
I
I
love
rolled.
these some
Okay. I don't remember.
There.
I did a history check. I got a nat 1 minus 1, so I got a 0 in my history check. I will even screenshot that. So he does not remember because he's already used the eggs. So he doesn't have a frame of reference anymore.
That's wonderful.
I cannot remember.
Okay. She goes, did
Are you serious right now?
else? Did anyone else see these ads?
Oh, yes.
Rat, rat, rat.
And RuffDraft will
I
toss
understand that.
Cresendo a Cresendo bite as kind of a reward.
Anubis, talk to the bat.
All right, hang on. He's like,
Because Anubis can understand the bat. He can't.
so I think she was like, rat. He said that they were pink with blue spots.
No, they were definitely white with stripes.
You see Elodie is kind of looking like a little confused right now.
Whether or not they have spots or stripes, either one of them ain't normal. At least not that I know of. But I haven't studied eggs. But I ain't heard of spotted eggs before.
No,
Nothing
it's
normal. Marcus Knights.
True.
Right?
So far
Okay,
they've been
next
Normal.
time,
Conforming
eggs
to a
and eggs,
standard.
just look at it.
No, just raises a finger and goes, normal, conforming to a standard, usual, typical, or expected.
No, you get a flick.
I was explaining what normal meant.
Normal?
I know what normal is.
Not us.
Oh,
RuffDraft will actually try a Cresendo bite himself.
oh no!
Oh no!
So
I need
Cresendo.
my phone. I need my phone. Get this information. I gotta
Because
go.
after he was going to give it to Cresendo, but after hearing this, is like, just to see if it tastes weird. Seems okay. What?
I think you made Cresendo mad.
Hey, I have to taste it to make sure it's not poisoned, okay? I care about your health and your well-being.
I think Gray just looks at you.
No, he's being genuine. That's why he's actually trying it.
I know, but what about your
What about you? You!
Well, he's trying to encourage Cresendo, because if Crescendo's upset, he's like, no, I'm trying to help you, dude.
You know what is doing this again? You know what
Okay.
is doing this again?
No, it just scratches his head, and he just goes.
You know what is this? It's just a dag. It goes, why is half of our party suicidal?
You don't know, it just scratches his head and goes, wouldn't it be smarter to give it to the robot who is machinery and not really...
We do not experiment on our friends.
So, one, yes, we don't experiment on our friends, including ourselves. Two, there's other ways to test for poison. Damn it, that, I'll feel it. We have
You know, I go, is it really experimentation if I know is it really experimentation if I know what the result would be?
Well, he pulls out another Cresendo cookie and, here, smell it. This was made from the eggs. But I'm fine.
Just sniff it. Are you? We'll find out.
But let us not derail our travels. We must go to the third rung of the mountain.
I go, remind me.
Can I
when we
snap
get
a Cresendo bite?
I go,
hang on.
We can do healing when we get back.
I go, Anubis, remind me when we get back to the base, we'll put in RuffDraft in timeout.
All right.
Yes.
I will really do that.
Number 4. You guys ready? Number 4. Baked goods. Luck infusion. Muffins, cakes, or pancakes made with the eggs grant small boosts to chance-based actions. Better hard draw, draft keys letting handle up, or dice rolling high. The baker absorbs a bit of the chocolate too.
Oh, you're breaking up. I can't. We didn't get that
Yeah.
last bit.
That's fine. The baker also absorbs a little bit of luck as well.
Uh-huh.
I probably should have had you have a little bit more luck when it came to the boulder, but I forgot about that part.
No, it worked out.
So, you know how in Harry Potter where they get the luck potion, they feel a little
The
lucky.
Phoenix,
Feel
whatever.
a little bit more lucky. It's not major, but it's just a little bit. And what I'll do is it's basically going to give you an inspiration die that you can use today,
Okay.
specifically.
Seems okay.
I think Gray looks at Lunan because when she asked, why is half the party suicidal? No can fix everything.
Also, Dag sniffs the cookie. It smells like Wibble Wobble's what it smells like. Great, sniff this. Don't eat though.
It tasted really good. I
Sniff,
think
sniff.
Cresendo would enjoy this.
I think she sniffs. Smell good. Like licks.
It's
I
the
told you
same
that.
formula. It's just
No
different
ink.
eggs.
Here's a question: Are we just standing around?
RuffDraft's
yeah.
trying to get it. He's ahead of everyone, trying to
we
get
are
people
trying
to
to go,
follow.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing
Because
this as we
if
were
we're just
walking.
standing around, you know
Okay,
someone's gonna wander, and she's gonna go wander
we'll
up.
say that we're walking.
Just actually keeping an eye on Fen and Knowledge because she knows that they are kind of insane and might decide to disappear. So she's actually watching them.
I was
And the moment
assuming,
you
We'll
guys
say that
try
we're
and
walking while
move,
we're
she's gonna
talking about
grab
this.
you.
I was assuming we were walking and talking.
That's fine. Yeah, we're walking and talking as we do this.
Everyone,
So you get to the second gap as you were walking. And Gray, when you licked it, that feel that you get once in a while that seems a little wild, sparks a little, but not bad. Just a little spark.
Seeing that she licked it, she goes to Anubis. We'll put it in the puppy in timeout too.
If I
This is
try to,
a wonderful taste. Yes, go ahead, Van Gogh.
what do I need to roll to try to pass the little area?
Dex save if you want to jump it.
I mean, I don't think I can jump it
What's
because
she
I'm
even
tiny,
able
but
to?
I
She's
will
tiny.
attempt.
We might have to throw her.
Are you able to wander?
Let-
Wait, is Fender Gwendolyn even able to wander? Because she was sitting on Crystal's shoulders.
Oh, true.
Wow, yeah.
that's true.
Probably hopped off.
I think she's
That's
just
a
kind
will
of sitting there
roll
going,
over.
this crazy Meg sucks.
But no, again, Dag will offer yet again for everyone to go through the shadow system, so that you guys don't have to jump the path if you want to.
RuffDraft of with a little bit of pained effort, he'll stretch out his wings and try to maximize his shadow, and he's like, "I've got you."
Okay. Seeing
I would
what
like to try.
Are you telling
and
me
she
you
crawls
want to
down
jump
Crystal.
this thing?
I've got this.
seeing him do that, she's gonna be like, she's gonna just give Dag the look like, should I do something about this?
Trust. Hey, we had a successful boys' night out. This is going to work. Let's go.
You do realize you ain't the only one that can take a hit, right?
I'm aware. Let's
I've-
go.
I've got a 21 on my deck save.
And I'm just gonna
I
whisper,
think-
I have a rope.
Actually, Gregory will sit there and be the shadow.
Oh, Frozen.
Gregory's gone.
Now we're arguing over who's going to be the
Not
shadow.
even
Got it.
Gregory's done.
So pause real quick. Fang Gwendolyn, you jump across. Typically what you do is you're using your dexterity and your speed to give you that oomph you need to get across that gap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so she got off
You
of
do the speed of Fang Gwendolyn go, and she goes and jumps and kind of does a little bit of flip to give herself a little bit more oomph. And
Seeing this, Lonan is going to panic and try and go after her because she will take off. So she's going to do a flippy jump over the gap to go and chase down Fen.
Can Anubis grab her before she tries? He was next to her.
Roll at Dax to be quick enough to grab her.
Roll a Dax.
Opposing Dax.
A Dax save.
Opposing Dax.
Okay, let me Dex. Dirty 20.
Do I have to roll
What is the
something?
Dex mod?
+2?
How is it a dirty 20? Oh, because when I saw you roll it, it looked like it was a 5.
So, does it go up against my acrobatics because I was jumping over? Or?
She said
it would
Dex
start off
save.
when you're doing Dexes to dodge each other. Like he's trying to reach out, you're trying to dodge it.
Okay, so I rolled a 20 and I have a +7 to that.
Yeah,
Are
you
you
totally
sure
dodge
you're
it.
using acrobatics to get across? Because I would prefer that. I got a +5 to that.
That's fine. You can use acrobatics to get across. You're already across. Yeah.
I'm doing cool circus flips across. That's what I'm doing.
So yeah. So you two flip across just fine. No boulders going down. You're fine.
All right. As soon as I get to the other side, I'm grabbing Fen. She's now picked up.
Fen, are you dodging her grabbing? Do I need to do another Dex opposition?
She's got her little Coco in her arms. I think she's gonna be like. She does not like to be picked up. She likes.
Well, she's not picking you up. She's just trying to grab your wrist, basically.
Yeah, I just kind of grab it like this. You're like held there. Essentially, like think of like when you have a little kid and their parents grab them by the shoulders so they can't run away.
So you're trying to treat her like a little kid.
Restrain her.
You're
Like a little...
unfortunately half her size, so she just kind of grabbed the highest point of you.
Yeah.
My head.
Well, your shoulders. You wouldn't grab your head.
I think I would attempt to dodge this.
Okay, go ahead. Dex against Dex for that.
Dirty 24.
Oh, you beat me. I got a 17.
All right. So she catches on to you. If you need to do grapple, you can. If you fight it, otherwise she just kind of touches you like, "Hey, wait for the rest of the group," kind of thing.
It wasn't going to go anywhere. I was just tired of waiting for y'all to discuss how to get across when it's a simple little jump and it's not that difficult.
So we're not shadowboxing this time?
Yeah, Anubis is trying to get everybody across with your shadow. And Gregory, your dragon, had said she would stay behind and be the shadow.
Guys, 2 people just jumped across and the boulder didn't go down. So anybody that wants to can just jump across. Anybody else can go through the shadow, and we don't have to worry about who's last. Just make sure it's somebody that can get across easy, like RuffDraft or Gregor. Which one of you two are gonna stay? Pick it. Or want to do the stupid little eating mo thing.
Gregory and I will fly across together. We'll have each other's backs. You guys go.
Fine. So everybody else will get shifted through the shadows unless they want to jump. Gregory and RuffDraft, you have it last. Both of you can fly, so you just gotta do a little jump with your wings.
Ow.
Are you sure you're okay there, RuffDraft?
It's sore. It will be fine. Ow.
He's not okay.
Maybe you should get on the dragon.
I need to walk. It will help with circulation.
Okay, but next time you have to jump, get on the stupid dragon.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
Thanks, Gregory.
It's okay.
So they go around, and now we've gotten to basically the top. There's, we'll say there's one more jump. So again, you guys can either jump or use the shadow to get across, and of course, the last couple people will fly across.
Excellent.
And you finally get to that spot where he's like, you are near the top of the peak. You're on the third rung, and what you see. I'll pull this up because I just made this. Okay. I made a new picture of the dragon at the top. It's supposed to be more brown. You get the idea because the original picture is more accurate to the coloration, but I figured I'd have a nicer picture. So there is this huge dragon at the top, and you also notice that the path continues under his legs and things, and under the curls, and there's a cave that he is basically wrapped around at the tip of that mountain.
Pretty.
You say, I brought you here.
Yes, so listen. Said help.
I can help, but you have to prove yourself worthy. I would say the easiest way for you to help is for you all to choose who is your weakest link. And let me relieve you of that weakest link.
I'm the weakest link.
Stronger. So you're volunteering to die, then?
I'm going to flick her because I'm holding on to her. Just kind of flicking the
I
edge.
wouldn't say I am the weakest in terms of like combat ability, but strength-wise, yes, I would say I'm the weakest.
So I should eat you then.
Hang on.
I don't see a reason why.
Out of character, what's your strength score?
13, I think.
So, I'm weaker than you.
I'm weaker than both of you, probably. I have a -1.
I also have a -1.
What's your stat?
9.
Hang on.
My strength is an 18 plus 4.
Jeez.
Am I still being held on to?
Yeah. And you got
I'm
to
trying to escape.
for telling yourself that for saying that you were gonna jump.
I'm gonna try to escape.
I think hearing him say that, like Anubis will step up and clear his throat. A pleasure to meet you. But we do not have a weakest link, as you put it, in this group.
So you're saying you don't know who to sacrifice to make your party stronger?
We do not sacrifice people in this party.
Do you all agree on what's this one individual?
Elona is gonna glare at the dragon and say, "Everyone has a use."
Just kind of like looks up at Alonin. Really?
Aww.
She goes, "Yes," even though you are a chaos gremlin.
Aww.
And she's gonna kind of ruffle her hair because she's short.
But wouldn't that mean that you're the weakest part of the group since you haven't been a part of the group?
I am not part of your group. I am not trying to get stronger. I have my purpose, and I am fulfilling my purpose.
No, Itachi walks up and he goes, mathematically, I am the one who is the weakest link. If you are looking for someone to sacrifice, then that would be me, wouldn't it?
I'm gonna flick him now.
But I have a better solution. Our weakest member is technically Tome.
You want Tome to get eaten?
You'll sacrifice your book. that has scented.
Well, here's a
Against it.
question: Why do you need to take the weakest link?
Usually, it's the easiest one. And if you are trying to have a strong group, wouldn't you want to keep the strongest individual?
Well, if you ask me anything, at least during the time of the war, about 1,000 or 100 years ago, roughly, however long it was, the whole point of being strong was to protect the weak. So why would we sacrifice said weak member?
I see.
So, I think during all this, you suddenly hear, "Rah, rah, 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 rah," and you see Cresendo kind of like flapping, and like puts himself in the middle. Rah, 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 rah. And Anubis, he says he's the weakest link because he's the smallest and the tiniest, and does not serve any purpose.
Back here. They grab like full on manhandles.
And then he goes, Cresendo, don't make me thick, you two.
Can I interject
Did I
here?
escape with a 19?
All right, real quick. I heard Alastor first. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Alastor.
Okay, so 19, so I got to roll strength.
You interrupted
Alona,
Alastor.
it's Alastor's
Yes,
turn.
You all need to sit down. What is this? You're all throwing yourselves into the jaws of fate, saying, I'm the most useless. What are you doing?
All right. I'm going to have knowledge right in a little piece of paper he has in his pocket and slip it into Crystal's pocket with his little cryptographs that states, if I lose Tome, I can get him back by writing in a new book.
Yeah. All right. So since get that note, go ahead, Alona and Fan Gwendolyn.
She beat me.
Okay. All right. So, do you guys answer what Alastor said?
Well, I wasn't saying I'm the most useless. I'm just one of the weaker links in terms of physical strength.
If we had weak links, the chain would have broken already.
Yeah. Your knowledge go, well, if you think about it, Tome is only as strong as I allow him to be because he is a part of me.
What I'm saying is you guys are all looking for a weakest link. But whether or not we have a weak link or not, are you really willing to sacrifice it?
The thing is, and that was Dag speaking, right?
Yes, it was.
The thing is, Dag, the only right answer in a situation like this is no.
You get a
You
pat on the head.
sacrifice of yourself before you sacrifice others. You do not vote for them. You do not shove them in front. You sacrifice of yourself, or you all sacrifice. We cannot choose but one because we all have, our own individualities. You cannot sacrifice the strongest because that would be a detriment to the party. So if we need to feed this one, and he'll look at he'll look at his hands. I could probably do the work with just one.
We're not letting our friends get eaten.
I already
not
said we're
getting
not going to
eaten.
let this happen.
Are you hungry?
Ilona's gonna go in her bag and be like, I have food in my bag.
That also works. And he'll just put his hands back down.
I think Gray just lifts up a paw. Me don't think anyone need get eaten.
Thank you, Gray.
No sacrifice life, not help anything.
Crystal's like, I would agree with you Guys, I don't think anyone should get sacrificed. We
Idona
can get
is,
stronger a different way.
Idona is going to look at Anubis and be like, remind me that Gray has gotten herself out of timeout.
Of course.
No, it just scratches his head and goes, he doesn't know what to say at this point because he had a plan.
Knowledge, even if you can bring back your friend. Do you really want to hurt that sentience that you have bonded with?
Look, we came here because we heard a friend needed us. We can take our pack and go home if that's the case.
So you would all rather stay together and not get stronger than sacrifice your weakest link. So that's why I'm here.
No like one, but no weak.
Aww. That's cute.
Okay, the puppy's also going to get a pat on the head.
See, that's the nicest thing that thing has ever said about me.
Okay.
Don't know what
That
fit,
is the nicest thing
no
she
what
has ever
die.
said.
Oh, go ahead, Dag. Sorry.
This is the dragon. That is the nicest thing I have ever heard her say about
You listen?
I have been listening for all the years I have ever lived here. I cannot hear everything, but I can hear a lot, and I can see a lot. I have been watching you all, and you have passed my test. None of you have sacrificed each other, and that was the right answer. I trust you, and I am willing to reward your faithfulness to each other. I will now introduce myself.
And the dragon will lower its head down to where it's laying down on that little bit of a ledge, right? And I have to grab my.
I didn't
The
see.
dragon will lower its head, like I said, and the fluff on the back of its neck, you know, that mane that's there, shifts, and an individual lifts up out from under the fur that has been hiding this entire time. This tiger-like rafta with large brown tiger-like wings slides off the dragon. I am Mundo. It is good to meet you. And this is my partner. That's the dragon. He is a war beast, a type of dragon.
You big kitty.
You are a good kitty.
Hi, Gray. Nice to meet you.
And he is. He's actually bigger than Cristal, by the way.
Does he stand up on all full or
Full height?
yeah? I don't remember.
Yes, actually. I think he does stand at full height. He hasn't really lived in the same culture that Cristal has. So yeah, he's at full height. And he is a large cat. Again, he basically takes on that tiger. It's like Cristal is a tabby cat, like she's a house cat type rafta. She is much smaller than Munda. Munda is much bigger. This thing is huge.
Yeah, that's why Gray called him Big Kitty.
Okay.
I think
Knowledge. Sorry, I accidentally talked at the same time as you. You first.
I think Anubis will, bow to him. A pleasure to meet you. I am Anubis. We have been looking for you.
I know you have.
Oh.
You are very unobservant when it comes to looking for my mountain in the middle of the thing. But that is the point of that mountain. I have my home here on purpose so it is hard for others to find it. For I am the guardian of the war beasts. And I do have a new name for the war beast. I just haven't learned it yet, so that's why I'm using war beast at the moment.
Lois sends her regards.
I have not seen Solus in many years.
Then maybe you need to go visit her.
Oh no, I do not leave my post ever.
Do you need couples counseling?
Well, why would you say that?
You know, it is again going like.
No, I just writing
They
it.
could be together.
No, I just writing his fan fiction again.
This time because he's hugging. Fen Gwendolyn, she just kind of goes in her head. It kind of is like now touching the top of Fen's head.
I love it.
So Fen has now become a teddy bear.
Oh, I love it.
I apologize for jumping to conclusions.
What made you think that?
There's a lot of relationship going on around here. It's hard to keep track sometimes.
And you could tell he just wasn't expecting it. He's actually kind of he's got a loss of words basically.
I apologize. Please continue.
Okay, so while this is going on, Inonin is mothering in Inferno. Right, because he figures that Anubis would hear it about how crazy that party is.
He
I
responds
actually
back in
know
Infernal.
It's the language of the
Zoan. Yes, it is.
Zoan.
Sorry, I just saw it all posted in our side thing.
Naomi,
Yes.
Coco is attempting to go and nibble at Mundo's leg.
Looks down.
I see you have already bonded with.
Kind of picks it up by its scruff.
Something else. I think you lost this.
It kind of like hands it back to you. Because it's like
I'm like trying to reach for it, but I can't reach it because I'm currently being like restrained physically by Owen. And I'm like,
He'll
no.
actually walk close enough.
Inonin is just going to kind of reach out, grab it, and put it back in her hands.
And just squeezes it like a teddy bear and like. But you could
And again, it starts trying to nom on your arm.
See what I
Like,
mean?
bite
I
this
just love
one.
it like bites the nom, but it can't.
I don't encourage fighting, but like fight this one. They're holding me.
You have someone now trying to nom on her, but again, it can't nom because it doesn't circle over top.
So what it's really doing?
On your hand, so you're just like that on your arm, right?
It's literally doing this, like headbutting.
It's gonna get a little tap from her finger because she's afraid to flick it. It's kind of small, so it just gets a tap.
And RuffDraft presents this whole thing like kind of what he's talking about. Huh?
I know,
All I
right?
know is Fen Gwendolyn is currently like, now that she's free from Elwyn, she's like ran off, and she's like currently messing with Mundo's dragon, giving it like little scritches and stuff.
Oh, that's cute. You would also have your little Umbra would be trying to eat the dragon. So I'm guessing you probably have to like constantly like no.
Yeah, no, and it's like I'm gonna bite you back if you keep trying to bite people.
I love it. So yeah, I think with you being interested in his little shoulder dragon, he'll actually let it come off of its shoulder, at his shoulder, and let you play around with it, and it's like running around you and stuff like that. So that you guys can kind of interact with it while he's ushering each individual into the cave and back. That way you can kind of play with it and not have to wait for him to come out every time. Dag ends up with a bluish colored tiger with like yellow stripes and a white belly.
So I'm sorry. What did you want?
So do you know what your war beast is going to look like? And
I have Gregory. I don't need to go in there.
you're saying you don't want to go in at all?
I have Gregory and I have Pick Peck. What need do I
still
have of
should.
another? I have these guys.
That is true. You do have a individual that you could ride and fly with, and that is a very possible way of continuing. I just didn't know if you wanted to join your companions on bonding with another, since they do have their unique abilities.
I don't want you to
Gregory,
miss
what
out
do you
on
think?
something. Like she looks at you and nuzzles you. I don't want you to miss out on something. I don't mind sharing. Besides, we have our own special thing. So get your own special thing with this one too.
Peck Peck, what do you think?
Margot?
That's literally it, yeah.
Margot?
It's just like, you know what? I'm gonna have fun with this. It's pecking at a rock.
Oh, it's hey hey. Oh God.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Well, he's keeping it close, but very well. I shall go into the cave.
All right.
And I go into the cave.
So again, you go into the cave, and you can feel that draw if you want to have a war beast. And what would yours look like? Do you know?
But yeah, I think okay. So he sees the Grick, and it's a weird beast, and he reaches for the Grick, but then he notices there's a smaller one that was knocked over. He's like, "Oh, let me fix you," and he sets it right again, and that's the badger one.
I love it.
You're fixing it to set it up, and that's it, because you touched that one and it activates. I love that. That's adorable. Let's keep that. I love that. I mean, like you accidentally picked the badger.
Yeah. There you go. Now you're set.
And the dust from the statue part of it, like, fluffs out into the air as it shakes off its fur. And it kind of looks at you, and I have no clue what a badger sounds like, so I can't do the sound effect for it, but it makes a little badger sound. And kind of looks at you and wobbles its little short tail thing. Like, are you my new friend?
You are your own individual. You can name yourself and be whoever you want to be.
Oh God, I love it. Oh,
I love it. That's what he's doing now because he's already had issues with Gregory.
Oh, Sammy.
I think it's like, I understand that I'm my own entity, but I have no idea what my name is. And you can decide. I will let you decide on this one, whether it's male or female. You get to pick.
Look out! Here comes
Susan.
Really? Susan!
Yeah, so you now have a badger. And again, it'll end up like trying to climb onto your shoulder and kind of sitting there.
No, he'll let it. Because he's still bruised, but he'll let it do its thing.
Uh-huh. You know, I think it's like, I'm sorry, I try to be careful. And it like sniffs the chicken. What is that?
That is friend, not food.
I don't think I'd want to eat that. So after everyone gets their war beast, he will explain that you can train with these partners. They are not like normal animals. They can speak in your mind. They can speak to each other, and they can speak to their partner, but they cannot speak to anyone else through the mind. It's this limited telepathy, and you can also look at a stat block. I have all the stat blocks on my homebrew on D&D Beyond for anyone that uses D&D Beyond. Anyone that does not and needs the stat blocks, let me know, okay? And I will get them for you. But They have a breath weapon in this state that is like a little fairy dragon style breath weapon. And basically, I have so much training you do with them. I have a chart to where if you do so much training with them, plus a certain level of the character, just so that way it doesn't go too extreme too fast, right? Once you have completed all the training and that level, they will unlock their next form that they can turn into for so long. And there's multiple different forms. And basically you have your basic, it's like a Digimon where in the sense of like, you have that base form and then they can evolve into like, digivolve into like different heights of their form, but they always come back to that smaller one, right? It's kind of like that. Only it's a little, instead of it being like, oh, I'm going to go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 and have to go through all of this to get to the top one. It's you just unlock each one and can choose which one it changes into.
Like those guys.
Like those guys and subscribe to those guys.
Hit the bell.